Gold is down, silver is down, oil is up. What is going on? Inflation that's supposed to be coming down just went up higher. What? All right, so I do not get political on my channel whatsoever. Everybody has their opinion. I know I have mine, and I'm very strong about my opinion. I'm not going to get political, but isn't this just the same thing in reverse every single 4 years, 8 years, 2 years, whatever? They make a huge disaster out of something, and then the primaries come, and then the presidential election come, and everything switches over again. How long can we still continue to live like this and think that our politicians are out there for us? They're not. This is just a big game. OPEC lowers their cost per barrel, lowers their output, which is going to drive up the cost per barrel, as our wonderful president goes over and talks to them. Kind of a snub in the face because of, whatever. I'm not going to get into that either. But it seems like, hey, Russia needs a little bit more money. Let's go ahead and pump up some more oil, or pump up the price of the barrel for Russia. Russia's now getting involved with Turkey to run the supply line around the recently damaged pipeline that they ran to Germany and to Europe. So here we go again, right? Now the barrels are going to go skyrocketing. All their prices are going to go back up again. Inflation is going to probably get a little bit higher again, no matter what they're doing with the interest rates. They're going to raise them again. So it's just a big cycle of crap. That's all it is. My money's on, once the primaries are over, we all know that pretty much our current president probably isn't going to run again. So let's let them make some money real quick, right? We'll stop pumping, even though they know that everybody needs it. We need it especially. To get the dollars per barrel down. So they're gonna squeeze. They're gonna pump up the price. They're gonna make billions and billions and billions of dollars on us. And then the primaries are over, and then there's gonna be some consequences to them cutting output. So what are the consequences really gonna be? They're not gonna do everything that they're saying with the military. They're gonna leave that where it's at because they're so important to us in the Middle East that we need them. Saudi Arabia, I'm talking about. For that reason, our war on terror, if you will. Oh, it's just a cycle of a cycle, and how we continue to vote these people in, I have no idea. I don't see a change in our election process or in the people that are going to come up. Is our previous president going to run again? Who knows? I hope they don't take our Florida governor away from us and make him run for president, but it seems like they're gonna. I absolutely love what DeSantis has done, regardless of party he's in. He's done a great job in Florida. He's done a great job for businesses down here. So I don't want to see him go. But, if the country calls, so be it. I think he'd be a great president if he ever did run. So here's my theory. After the primaries are over, our punishment to Saudi Arabia is they're going to open up some more oil fields. They're going to give out some more permits. They're going to let our industry that should have never really been shut down the way it has been, regardless of what you think, or if they have the permits and they're not using them and blah 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 blah, it doesn't really matter. All of that is aside from this. So that's how they're going to punish them, because you have to realize how addicted we are to oil. The entire world is, especially the U.S. We need it. We need a lot of it. They're releasing 10 million barrels a day from our strategic reserve. That's a lot of oil every single day, and it's barely making a dent in anything. They did get the price to come down a little bit, which I'm sure Russia and OPEC aren't happy about, so they're going to go ahead and stick it back to us. So what is the result of that? Let's open up the fields. Now, I do believe in green energy. I'm looking into solar panels myself. However, you can't just force us to change over in a drop of a dime, and you can't squeeze all the money out of us. So they're going to open up them fields. Guarantee they're going to do that. They have to. There's no other way around it, because OPEC has us by the cojones. And they're going to continue to do what they need to do to build their coffers up, because they know when the next president comes in, or even after these primaries, they're going to start pumping oil a lot more out of the U.S. and natural gas as well, because Europe needs help. They need our natural gas very badly, and we're just not producing enough for them. We could, but we're not. So my theory is that's their punishment. And then so they have now an excuse that, well, we want to go green and we want to do all this, but we have to do this now in order to, save our economy. Whatever they're going to put it on, they're making excuses to open them fields back up so they can save their. Uh, it's hard for me to say things without getting political. I know that, and they have to appease certain people that got them there, or certain people in their party that continue to support them, what have you. So they did that, and they squeezed us out of oil. They're forcing EVs on us, solar panels, wind, whatever. All this green stuff's coming out, which is great for us. I really believe that is great, but it's like a 20-year span that we need to gradually get into it. We just can't say, hey, let's jump into it now. Look what's happened. So this is my rant, and I never rant, and I try to stay unpolitical, but these things are just driving me absolutely crazy. And how people are fooled, and some people need to see it before they believe it. So here's your see it. Here's what happens when you cut our oil and our natural gas supplies everywhere and don't allow us to be who we are as Americans or America and produce. And we can outproduce Saudi Arabia if we wanted to. We can outproduce almost everybody. But we don't, because we do want to go towards green energy, which we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't. We should have more new plants as well, regardless of how you feel about that. But we need our energy sector to be thriving. Our economy will thrive. Our prices will be lower. We won't be dependent on Middle Eastern countries or Russia or whoever, or going over to Venezuela and taking their dirty oils, because we had to build a whole new infrastructure or convert what we already have to accept Venezuelan oil. We just can't go and purchase it because we can't process it. We can't process it properly. I think we only have a couple places where we can do that. So if we bring that in, you have to change everything around. So you can't just switch from Russia to Saudi to Venezuela and just continue to use the same plant. You have to modify it and pretty much build an entirely new plant because of the type of oil that comes out of the ground, and needs to be refined different. And Venezuelan oil is extremely dirty, so it needs to be refined a lot more and a lot better for us to use in America. So that is my rant. I hope you enjoyed it. Buy some silver and gold. It's gonna go back up. See ya.
Thanks for watching the Plumber Stacker, where I show you my stack, but not my crack. Please like, share, and subscribe.